to another edition of Tech Talk with Chet, otherwise known as Tech for Experts and Authors. As you might have guessed, my name's Chet Davis, your technology tutor. Today I wanted to talk about a topic that's important for all of us, though some of us may not realize till later. Some of us may not realize it's an important topic, but it does affect many of us. In fact, the National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health estimates that about 90% of us who use computers, who use technologies, who use screens 3 or more hours a day are affected by this condition called CVS. And I'm not talking about the pharmacy. I'm talking about computer vision syndrome. Computer vision syndrome. Some of the symptoms include headaches, blurred vision, neck pain, fatigue, eye strain, dry eyes, irritated eyes, double vision, dizziness, difficulty refocusing the eyes. It's a serious issue, especially since many of us do spend long periods of time staring at a screen. Now, I've done a lot of research this week on this topic, and I am not a qualified physician. Definitely, if you are experiencing any of these things, the first thing I would recommend is make sure you schedule a visit with your medical practitioner, your optometrist, or your general practitioner, and get some time scheduled with a specialist who deals with the eyes, because there might be a condition we, of course, want to make sure that you're not dealing with. But if it does relate to your use of technology, how you use technology, and the relationship with your eyes, there are a number of things that can be done to assist. Some people find that they use a different pair of glasses. There is eyewear that you can wear that helps your eyes focus specifically on that very dedicated distance that your eye is away from the screen. For right now, I'm looking at my MacBook Pro, and I'm X number of inches away. I would guesstimate somewhere around 22, 24 inches away from the screen. And if I'm sitting there for multiple hours in a day, whether I'm writing my next book, whether I'm crafting my next online class, creating a speech for a workshop or keynote presentation, any of those things, I am staring at the screen at a fixed distance for a particular period of time. That's one issue. So one of the things we want to be careful of is where our body is in relationship to the screen. In fact, tomorrow we'll talk about ergonomics, specifically, how high your computer, whether you're using a desktop or laptop computer, should be away from your body and relative to your eyes in terms of a particular angle that's best for your body health, full body health. It can affect your muscles. It can affect your skeleton over time. It can affect your posture, all those things that can relate to sleep. It can relate to comfort walking around. Again, I'm not a medical practitioner, but these are things I have heard in others and I've seen in others, and I've experienced some strain. I know my wife too, when she was writing her dissertation for her PhD. Long periods of time, she didn't get carpal tunnel syndrome, but she got really sore neck and shoulders, and all those are affected by where the technology is. So first couple of ideas, in addition to visiting an optometrist or a medical practitioner, if you're suffering from any of these symptoms or side effects, make sure you schedule a visit to make sure that a professional helps you, identify this and then give you some remedies, some topics, some suggestions for dealing with it. But I'm going to share a couple things that you can do right now, and we all can do. First of all, it's advised, especially if it's a desktop or laptop computer, because they're fixed. They stay in pretty much one position during your work period. It is ideal if there's no glare on your screen, because if there's additional glare from lights or a window, that can affect it puts additional strain on our eyes. Okay, so avoid reflections to the best degree you can. And you may know reflections is applied geometry. It's applied mathematics. So tilting the screen, pivoting the screen in the tilt angle, I guess we call that the yaw or the pitch, then that can affect how the reflection is hitting you. If you don't have the ability to, if you're in a big office building or in your home office and there's a large window, you don't have blinds that you can close, then you want to adjust the computer itself. So either adjust its pitch, its yaw, its tilt, or adjust the angle it sits relative to your body, moving it left and right, because that'll force the reflection to go in a slightly different direction. Some people choose to use an anti-glare screen. That's totally up to you. Make sure it doesn't void the warranty if you're applying something permanent, for sure. Now, if we're using tablets and phones, we have the ability to adjust them more easily, right, to get rid of that reflection. On your desktop or laptop computer, the other thing that's suggested is avoid having a direct light source right behind it. Now, I do have one here because we're going live, and it affects the quality of the video recording. But as I'm working throughout the day, I don't have that light directly behind, because my eye's forced to deal with extremely high contrast between the screen and this bright light source coming in. And if I had that regularly, that would not be a good thing. So move your computer, move your desk if you can, to get away from a bright light source, like even a window or a lamp directly behind your computer screen. The other thing is there's a couple of exercises which are highly recommended. One of the most touted is the 20-20-20 rule. And the 20-20-20 rule is approximately every 20 minutes, if you're using the computer for longer periods of time, for an hour or a couple of hours, every 20 minutes, and maybe you want to set something on your watch, or you could put a timer on your computer. Every 20 minutes, what you want to do is look at something, look away at something that's approximately 20 feet or more away, and do it for 20 seconds. So I'm intentionally looking away from the camera. It's nothing personal. So every 20 minutes or so, look away. And what that does, it allows the eyes, the muscles in the eyes, to focus on something else instead of this fixed distance. It also gets away from looking at this tiny screen with all these characters, right? So when I look away for approximately 20 minutes, it allows me to refocus the eyes and to relax particular muscles, to use them in a different way, so they're not just using it the same way. It's like if I did, well, yeah, probably not going to see me at the gym doing the same exercise over and over and over for 3 hours at a time. I imagine that particular muscle would get very large, but it also might be very stressed out at first. I shouldn't go down the realm of technical fitness, of physical fitness. But so the 20-20-20 rule. Now, if you're like me and you have the Apple Watch, which I absolutely love, there, of course, you can build in reminders there. You can build in timers. I do participate in the closing of the rings, that ceremonial thing where approximately every hour it will remind me to stand up and move around if I haven't done that. So it's a perfect reminder to also, get away from your computer screen and look around at something else. Look around at other things that are a different distance from your computer. The last thing you want to do on your break, on your regularly scheduled break, is pick up a magazine or go to your phone, right? So I'm working on my computer for an hour, then I get up and get my break, and I look at my phone in approximately the same distance away from my eye, and it's a screen with light. That is not a good thing. So take that break, a 5-minute break every hour, or so at the very least every other hour, that proper lighting, and give your eyes that break, looking at something else. There's a host of other things you can do. Again, talk to your optometrist. They may have other suggestions. Some people adjust the color temperature of their display. Some people have their display set way too bright. In fact, if your computer display is acting like a light source in your home office, then it's probably way too bright, and that has the potential to negatively affect your eyesight as well. So some tips, because I want you to be able to use technology for a long period of time, as much as it is beneficial to you, without putting a strain on your eyesight. Because it's funny, and it's not really funny, but it's unfortunate that our eyes, of course, our eye health is something that many of us want to enjoy during our whole lifetime. But it also can affect other things. Our fatigue, it can give you neck pain, shoulder pain, eye strain, headaches, all those things. And who wants that? Nobody, right? So use technology successfully and creatively and securely, and use it it's consistent with good health as well. Tomorrow we'll talk a little bit about ergonomics. How do you have your office set up? How are you holding your smartphone or your tablet when you're out and about? Just some tips to make your health the best it can be while you're using technology. Chet Davis, your technology tutor. Thanks for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you each and every weekday morning at 6:45 a.m. Pacific, 9:45 Eastern. Again, tomorrow we'll focus on ergonomics and your technology. Go out there and make it a great day now. Bye-bye.